Hello guys, now what I wanted to talk about was the new service on YouTube, which is YouTube Gaming, which is a completely new subsection to YouTube which is dedicated to gaming, and we're talking the full business like live streams and just general videos. And technically, because all my videos have come under as gaming content, I'm on there, so yay! I'm with the popular crowd. Ding! Now, it's just they've shifted everyone who's gaming, they've put them on there. So if you can't gaming, you can search yourself. In fact, you don't even need to search for yourself, you can just click on your Google Plus or YouTube account thingy when you're on the page if you're a gaming channel, and you could go straight to your thing. But what I wanted to talk about mainly was why they've done it. Why has YouTube suddenly brought out the service? Well, we have to actually begin late within last year and early within this year, around that time span. Now, last year, I believe it was the year before, I may be getting my dates wrong here, but anyway, Google acquired YouTube, effectively making Google the owner of YouTube. So, and we all of us remember where we were when we first heard this. We all remember the first time we experienced YouTube under Google's control, and how we thought YouTube was gonna die. Or maybe I was the only one that thought that, but anyways. So, but anyway, Google decided they wanted to buy the streaming service Twitch. Now but they were using YouTube to buy it, so they were effectively coming to the table as YouTube, saying YouTube wants to purchase Twitch, but then if Google owns YouTube, then effectively Google would have owned Twitch, had Twitch signed to the deal, because this deal was set to go for millions, if not a couple billion, I think, maybe $1 or $2 billion. This deal was set to go for a ridiculous amount of money, but then Amazon, the cheeky little buggers, swooped in at the last minute and snatched Twitch right from Google's nose. So obviously Google was left in the dark, and effectively that meant YouTube was left in the dark. So now, this new service, which I would say has a lot of similarities to Twitch in the way that it's designed, and not so much like, say, the color scheme of the page, but more or less the design of the page. To me at least, it feels very similar to Twitch. And just like Twitch, it allows all game video makers to live stream. Obviously you have to go through a whole process of connecting it up, setting up the stream, and then obviously you've got to alert your fan base, your subscriber base, I'm doing a stream, blah 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 blah, all that, which I've still yet to do. But anyway, what I'm thinking is, well, I'm not so much as thinking this now, I've realised this. YouTube has only done this, they've only put out this service to be a competing service for Twitch. Now, the question is, what can YouTube Gaming bring to the table that will edge it above Twitch? Because Twitch is a very, very popular streaming service. It's a very popular service. Hundreds of thousands of users, and obviously with the most popular users on the site, having hundreds of thousands of people viewing their videos, meaning hundreds of thousands of people are using the service. So far, obviously, I've looked on the site and I wouldn't say there's much to drag it out. I wouldn't say there's much being done on YouTube's part to say, hey look, this is an original service we're bringing to you, it's going to be better than Twitch. I think what they may have tried to go for is a more refined version of Twitch, written obviously with YouTube as the head name. We'll just have to see if the service is refined enough. Now, I've noticed a couple of problems with this service, and it actually has to again come back to design. Now, there's one ultimately glaring issue with this service, at least so far that I found. Now, if you use a PC, if you actually use a PC, and I'm not talking about laptops, I'm actually talking about a PC, a computer essentially. If you just use a computer, the service is going to work for you. However, if you use a laptop, you're going to want to get a mouse if you're going to want to use the service, because there is no scrolling feature, there's no side scroller bar you can click and drag on to scroll down the page. There's no up and down arrows you can click on to scroll the page up and down. You have to use the mouse wheel in order to use the service, which I found out I was just kind of like, so in order for me to use YouTube gaming, if I ever do decide to do a live stream, I'm gonna have to basically bring down a miniature table to have my laptop sitting in front of me when I'm doing the service, because the way I do all my recordings, in fact, if I was planning to do my live streams with my laptop, how I'd set up is I'd be sitting on my sofa, which I'm actually doing right now. I'd have my laptop in front of me on a little blue stool that I have. I'd have to drag like another stool out, put a mouse pad on it, and then plug it in. Now you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? But in my living room, it's a messy clusterfuck. So, and with cables going everywhere, space is easily consumed, and it's not exactly practical having to carry your laptop up and down the stairs and then carry a mouse up and down the stairs. If I just have an impulse of, oh, I want to do a live stream on YouTube, carry it downstairs, blah blah blah, gets up, like only do it for an hour and then carry it all back upstairs. It's just, but so far that is the ultimate glaring design issue that I've noticed. Seriously, there needs to be the scrolling buttons. Like, I don't understand. It should just be a basic featuring in like a service. I really don't like. It should just be a basic feature on an internet page to have up and down buttons on the right hand side of the page, or to have a scrolling bar you can use to tap to click to scroll the page, which really annoys me. But I'll drop it. Now, to get back to my earlier point in saying that this service is very much like Twitch, I really mean this service is very much like Twitch. You can follow games, just like on Twitch. You can search for specific games and follow them, and then you'll get feeds, you'll get announcements, you'll get notifications rather, of when any user is doing a live stream of a particular game, or you can search for particular users and you can follow them, although you can subscribe to them. However, with Twitch, it's only really following. You actually have to pay to subscribe to them, so maybe that is the edging out section that YouTube has. You can subscribe to these users who'll put out content, you'll get notified that they're putting out content on the main YouTube page, but also in YouTube Gaming, whereas with Twitch, you're going to have to pay to subscribe to this user or that user. So, maybe this is a little key feature that dragged out, but anyway. You can follow games, you can like games on the page, so giving you notifications when any user is uploading a live stream or is uploading a video about that game or where they've used that gameplay. It has, like I said, it has the following a user. It has playback, so, but obviously because this is linked with YouTube, you can watch the person's YouTube videos so long as the users have obviously made them available to everyone and it's not been deleted from YouTube. You can watch all users' old YouTube videos, like from their original upload all the way up to like the present day, so long as it's to do with gaming. If it's not to do with gaming, you can't watch it, unfortunately. You have to go back to the original YouTube page to watch it. But again, I think it's a bit too early to say, oh, this service is better, or this service is better. Everyone has a basic idea, a basic grasp of what Twitch is, of what Twitch can do, of what users can do on Twitch, of what the service is like. Obviously, at the hands of new owners, we have to see what happens. Does Amazon lift Twitch to new heights that have not been seen for live streaming services? Does it put it on a pedestal of just amazingness, or does Amazon actually crash the service? Does Amazon ruin Twitch, allowing for YouTube Gaming to become the legitimate service to use for live streaming? Or will YouTube Gaming not take off, or people just fundamentally ignore it and keep going to Twitch? I have no idea, to be honest, at this point. If I was to be a bookmaker, or a bookies rather, and if I was to be calling bets, I'd actually have to say the odds, so far, at least on paper, are more in Twitch's favour. It's the already established service, but then again, YouTube Gaming could be a dark horse and come up from the back of the pack and overtake Twitch as the ultimate live stream gaming service. I don't know. If you've used YouTube Gaming, tell me about it in the comment section below. I just want to get a feed of opinions, but I'll see you guys later, and I am